Hello everybody. Hope y'all can see me okay and hear me. As soon as someone comes on, I'll find out. Sorry. Turn that down. Can you hear me? Y'all let me know if you can hear me or not. What? This is not comfortable. All these wires. This looks mighty comfortable. Yeah, that's much better. Lines. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's just like I'm at home. Get some wires up here so they're not in the way. I hope everybody had a great week. Obviously, mine wasn't the greatest. Hey, John. Hey, Beth. Hey, Katie. I'll let everybody get on. I know this is not the ideal CAPI live spot, and I don't know how long we'll be on tonight. I was just moved into a new room, a much larger room. Still, it's private. I made sure of that, but I don't think anyone is in a room with anyone right now. So I don't think that was too much. The first nurse, and then the next nurse says, oh yeah, they're all private. So I don't know. Who knows? I don't care. I know I'm in a private room. That's all I care about. I didn't want to be in with someone else. Let a few more people get on and we'll get started. Sorry, people are excitingly texting me. Hey, Corey. It's very laggy. I'm sorry. It usually is with the phone. Hey, Haley. I'll let you know in a sec. Hey, Beth. Hey, Katie. Hey, John. You guys, if you would go like and share for me. And if you're on here and you haven't subscribed, please go hit that subscribe button as well. I think I'm just going to give you guys an update about me and what's been going on the last few days. And then if you guys have any questions on anything, we'll take the questions. And then if anybody wants to talk paranormal, we'll do that too. I thought about not doing a show tonight because of obvious reasons. But I started feeling a lot better. And I figured, hey, why not go ahead and do the show? Because I'm in quarantined hospital. Why shouldn't I? So here's what happened. I guess we'll go ahead and get started. For about a month or so, I've been coughing really bad, and it got to a point to where it was pretty much affecting my life. I mean, every aspect of my life was coughing, coughing, coughing. Well, not long ago, the coughing graduated into, hey Marco, The coughing graduated into blood. So I figured, hey, it's probably a time to go to the doctor. So my wife and I had set up to where I could go to the doctor with their new insurance. And there was a problem. Some papers that they didn't tell us about, conveniently, were not filed with our insurance. And so we lost our insurance. So my wife had to call them, and she was on the phone with them for hours. And they finally said, yeah, it was our screw up. We're sorry. We're going to, but, we're going to reinstate it and everything, but it'll be the first before you can get it reinstated. So we said, okay, whatever. It was the first. And so I started getting really bad after that. I was coughing up not only blood, but chunks of something that I was thinking was either lung or esophagus. And so we came into the hospital Friday evening. I was in the ER for a little while, and then they moved me from the ER to an isolation room where they put the COVID-19 possibles at. And it was all isolated. Everybody was in gloves and masks. I was in gloves and mask, and I had oxygen on, and because my O2 sat, for those of you that don't know, O2 sat is the saturation of blood or oxygen in your blood. It usually needs to be perfect is 99. There's really no such thing as 100, but yeah, but perfect is 99. Mine was at like 82, and so they put me on oxygen and took a bunch of blood from me. I feel drained because they've taken so much blood from me over the past 2 days. I took a bunch of blood. This is where they took the blood. See, I put a port in, and that's where they've been taking blood. And then I have this little guy. This little guy too. He stays in my pocket. This is a heart monitor. It's a remote heart monitor. I can go anywhere in the hospital and they can see my vitals, my heart rhythm, and EKG on their monitor at the nurse's station. So this goes with me, and it's hooked up to little pieces all over my body. If anyone ever seen that, if you've ever seen what's called a 12 lead, you'll know what I mean. So I had to do the COVID-19 test. Guys, if you don't have a symptom for the COVID-19, but you just want to go get tested just because, so you want to, like a peace of mind or something like that, don't do it. That test is the most horrible. I didn't think any test could ever be worse than pneumonia, where they stick the swab up to the top of your nose and jiggle, 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 The COVID-19 test is the most horrible test. I've never experienced anything like that. They literally take a very long cotton swab, very long, and they stick it all the way up past your orbital. And they're literally up a past your orbital, and then they have to turn it so that they can swab up in there for 15 seconds. And they have to do both sides. Once they come out of here, they have to go back up here and do that side too. Guys, that is horrible. Well, the great thing about that is that was on Friday evening. They said that they would know something by Sunday morning, and that I should go home Sunday. And so Saturday rolls around, about midday Saturday, and they come in and said, "Hey, the lab botched your test. We have to do another COVID test." I was a little upset. Hold on, I have to answer that. How do I do that? Okay. I'm so sorry. No, you didn't lose me. I'm still here. Can you see me? Am I back? I won't do that again. I'm sorry. I didn't know it would affect the video that much. I didn't have a choice. What are you doing? My phone is going nuts, y'all. That they test your brain density. Yes, they do. Guys, let me know if you can see me now, please. We can see you now. You're back. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry. I am trying to get food brought to me, and that was why I had to do that. I apologize. I will not do it again. I will ask someone. I don't know why I said make. Anyway, back to the story. Squirrel. Back to the story. They did the second test and said that it would probably be Monday before they would know the results. And so then later on, the doctor come in and said that she had gotten upset that the first test was blotched, and she didn't like that, so that she had my test sent to UAB in Birmingham, and that they should know something by the end of the day, talking about the day. And so about 8 something tonight, they came in and told me I was tested negative for COVID-19, that I did test negative. And now they moved me to a new room. It's still a private room, and it's still pressurized, but it's not quarantined like those other rooms are. They moved me out of there because someone else that, is being tested might need that room. So they moved me to this room, which is a bigger room and a nicer view. And I mean, it's a nicer room altogether. So I'm glad. And it's still private too. So I'm glad. I want to say, for anybody that's had any questions about how people are treated in the hospitals right now with everything that's going on, is Paramama on right now? Are you on, Paramama? Are you watching the live, Michelle? John, will you text her and tell her that I can't read her text? Please? Because if I read her text, it shuts the video off. Thank you, buddy. Tell her my room number and tell her what the 2 options she just said is fine. I don't care. I just need food and drink. Lots of Diet Coke and lots of food. They gave me supper tonight, and it was one small slab of turkey, literally a tablespoon of potatoes, and a biscuit or a little roll, and no dessert or anything like that, and water. The food was actually good. It's just not enough. Every time they brought me food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, it's been very tasty. The food has been really good. It's just not enough. It's very little. You don't get much. And a big fat guy like me needs more than that. My head has been bothering me pretty bad because I can't smoke. I know that's a good thing. Everybody says, well, that's good. Maybe you'll stop. But you guys got to realize I'm not just a regular smoker. I'm a smoker that has Arnold-Chiari malformation. And if my nerves go, then my head hurts. So I haven't been sleeping that good at all. Because last night I laid in the bed crying they give me stuff for my nerves, but once my head starts, there's nothing I can take to make it stop, with the exception of morphine. But I have adverse reactions to morphine, and marijuana. I could take that too, and it helps. But obviously, I can't do that in the state of Alabama because don't even get me started on that. It's because of our idiot government. State government are just complete morons and care about nobody but themselves, which is proven over and over since all this stuff started. But anyway, Everybody here has been super nice. The nurses are freaking phenomenal, guys. I've not had to want for anything. They There's one shift that their communication skills aren't so great, and it caused a little trouble tonight, with me and the family, but it was easily corrected. But still, they should have had a little bit more communication to me instead of to anyone else. They need to tell me before they tell anybody anything, because I was thinking I was going home today, because one of them said that they were looking to get me out of here today, and then a family member called and told me that, hey, you're going home tomorrow, most likely tomorrow, and I'm like, what the crap? So I did tell her, I said room number, it's 113, room 113. Sorry, I didn't see that. On the phone, the comments don't stay there. I have to make them come back. But I am negative for COVID-19, thank goodness. Now the bad news. I have found out that I am a diabetic. I've been receiving 3 insulin shots a day. And my sugar has gone back down to normal. It was over 600 whenever I came here. And they've been battling it and have gotten it down to 104, I think, the last time we looked at it. So, yeah, I might have to deal with being a diabetic. But hey, if I do, I do, right? It's no big deal. The doctor's pretty confident that I can actually control it by diet. So he said, worst case scenario, you may have to take a pill a few times a day. So hopefully that's going to be the case, because I really don't want to stick myself 3 times a day. But that is going to have to affect my eating habits, which are not great. You guys know that I work with a private detective agency and do a lot of process serving. So that means I'm on the road 10 to 14 hours a day. Straight back to work. I'm going to take it easy. Like the doctor said, my work has already told me to take it easy. I don't want to mess this up. Also, where all the coughing and everything like that was acute bronchitis. And so we want to keep it controlled. Excuse me, had a bad taste. Keep it controlled and get it under, get it gone before I, do too much, because we don't want bronchitis turning into pneumonia, especially not right now. So, hold on, someone's at the door.
Hello, I'm gonna check your blood sugar.
Okay, I was just talking about that. Are you Sarah?
Jaleesa.
Jaleesa.
Uh-huh.
Only Sarah was on the wall, so I didn't. My nurse is here. I'm sorry. I'm live streaming, so
Okay.
just so you know, I have a YouTube show,
Okay.
and I'm live streaming it right now. We have a show every Sunday night at 9, so you're on YouTube right now. Well, your voice is anyway.
Okay.
Not
Let me
face.
get some strips. I'll be right back.
Okay. She didn't seem to mind. Summer pneumonia is the worst. Pneumonia altogether is the worst, but yeah, you're right. It sucks being really sick in the summertime. It is. It's the worst. Lots of milk for prepping on Sundays for the week. Yep. Is that going to mess with your ACM? I don't know yet, John. I'm going to call the neurologist and find out what I need to know about that. So I don't know yet. I don't know yet what the ACM is going to mean to the diabetes, and what the diabetes is going to mean to the ACM. So we shall see. Say hello and thank you for taking care of me.
Oh, you're welcome.
Hi. You must be Sarah.
I am.
Okay, that's
It's on
Sarah.
YouTube live stream.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Not any places on there if you don't want me to, though. But I'm just saying. I just wanted to let you know I was on there. They're fixing to test my blood sugar. I do a show every Sunday night. I'm a ghost hunter. I'm a paranormalist, and so this is our show, CAPI Live. She just poked a hole in me, people. And now it's bleeding. I was telling them that since I've been here Friday evening, that you guys have been so crazy awesome.
Thank you.
I was really bragging about the nurses here. You guys are rock stars.
Thank you.
Except for Becky. I don't like Becky. I'm just kidding. She made a mistake, but that's all. She's still a good person. What was it?
158.
Awesome. Cool. Keeping it down.
Thank you.
Thank y'all so much.
You're welcome.
My wife is going to be sending some food. I don't know if she's going to bring it to the yard or if she's going to Uber it or what. I just want to let you know there's going to be some food. Thank you guys so much.
You're welcome.
If you need anything, let me know, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Sarah, you got your marker on you?
Thank you, Jaleesa.
You're welcome.
The else quick, Katie said. I'm going to keep covering up the camera looking at this. I'll have to research diabetic recipes for you and cook for you guys. Yeah, right. Katie said, you should tell about how many spirits there are in hospitals. That would be a quick way to let you out to smoke. They probably would because they might all leave. You can't get pneumonia. We have over 6 investigations lined up. You aren't allowed to get sicker. We got more than 6 now, John. We've got 3 waiting for interviews. On top of those 6, we can get busy when we get back at it. Bad Johnny. I was bad because I showed her. I didn't show her face. Well, guys, that is the cut and dry of it. That's pretty much what's going on. I have a really nice room. Do you want to see my room? Look, it's really nice. There's a flat screen TV. There's my IV. I'm not on the IV right now, by the way. See? I'm not on the IV. They want to try everything without all of that stuff first. That's just there as precautionary in case they need to put me back on IV. If something happens, that's the only reason that's up there, okay? I'm not on IV. Look, I'm not on oxygen. Here's the oxygen. Right here. I was on 4 liters per day of nasal cannula, which is this. That's a nasal cannula. Much the whole time I've been here. They've taken me off of that. And my O2 saturation right now is 5, which is not bad for a smoker without oxygen. That's pretty damn good. So I'm actually happy with that. Anything above 90 for a smoker is really, really, really good. Do you guys want to see my view? I haven't actually looked at it yet, so let's go see what my view looks like. Get all my wires. Whoops. I hope I didn't just break this thing. It looks expensive. All right, let's go see my view. Hold on. Hallway to the door. It's a nice view, I hope. And it's a nice room, but I still don't want to be here. Let's see what kind of view we have. Maybe. There it goes. think we can see my view. Okay, we got to turn the lights off. Hold on. Uh-oh. That's a long way. Hold on. Okay. I unhooked. They're going to come fuss at me, I bet you. You can't see me, but hold on. You'll be able to see the view in a minute. Here we go. Whoops, chair. Here's the view. It's a courtyard. It's actually kind of nice. It's a courtyard with a little pavilion down there. And then, oh my God, it's somebody's room. There's somebody across the way. Can y'all see that? Right there. Somebody in bed. They're on the ventilator. Oh. Y'all say a prayer for them. I don't know who they are. Lord, please let that person across the way get off that ventilator. Return to life. Return to normal. You guys, I'm not going to lie to you. Let me cut some lights back on. Hold on. Let me close this first. Anybody looking at me? Hold on. I'm going to close this up. There we go. And I'm going to turn some lights back on. I think. There we go. Much better. I got to hook back up before they come in. They'll come fuss. All right. Hold on. Let me get hooked back up. I don't want to, because it's going to get me to go home, because the doctor wants to see me without oxygen and all that other stuff. Ouch, loud. What was loud? Did I hit something? Why are you at risk? I'm not now. I was at the beginning because I was so dizzy when I first came in, and it's just still have this on. But I'm not now. I was when I first came in because I was really dizzy. I want to say, I see a bunch of comments. I'm going to get to them now. I want to say this really quick too. See that person across the way on the ventilator and everything kind of hit home for me. Y'all, that was pretty scary. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was pretty freaking scary. I was convinced that I did not have COVID-19. That I wasn't, I didn't have enough of the symptoms or anything. So I was pretty much convinced. I was scared of what was going on because I didn't know. I had all kinds of things running through my head, like cancer and double pneumonia, and oh man, I never thought of diabetes and bronchitis. I did think about bronchitis too. I didn't know what was going on. Excuse me, my throat is still kind of, and I'm sorry, the coughing's gonna start soon, I'm sure, but I'm gonna take it easy. I promise y'all. I'm the type of person that jumps back out there and just head first, and I'm not going to do that this time. It really opened my eyes, and seeing that across the way, it really opens my eyes to how close, and how vulnerable we are. So you guys don't believe the hype and the crap on the media, but don't dismiss this. All right, there's some sick people. There's some really sick people. That person across the way, I don't know their name or their story or anything about them, but I know they're there, and they're freaking fighting for their life right now. And to think about how close I came. That just, ooh, sucks, man. It sucks a lot. So, I mean, I'm not afraid to die because I have a lot of plans when I die. Because some of y'all getting haunted. Y'all know who you are. You know you getting haunted. You right there. You know who I'm talking to. The one sitting right there. You know you getting haunted. I'm haunting the hell out of you. All right, you too, and you too. But you, oh man, you know who you are. You in trouble. The day you hear Johnny dies, you better go get some salt, some sage, um, a whole bunch of stuff. You better get a whole bunch of stuff and put it in there just so I can laugh at you because you got all that stuff. I'm going to come back and laugh at you. I'm going to like, you didn't think that was going to work, did you? You didn't listen. But all joking aside, guys, I love y'all so much. And like I said, I'm not afraid to die. Whenever it's my time, I'm ready. I'll go. I've lived a hell of a life. I've cried and laughed and enjoyed stuff and been afraid of stuff so much and lost and gained and enough to where I'm good. If it happens, it happens. But I don't want to do it right now. I still got some stuff I want to see. So I would love to see Dakota grow up into the person that she's going to be. So, and I kind of want to hang out with you guys a little longer too. I love you guys. I really do. So I want to hang out with y'all too. So let me check out these comments real quick because I know I haven't been looking. Let's see what the last thing was I saw. Too heavy. You should tell them about how many spirits are in the hospital. Yeah, that was too funny. You can't get on. We have over 6 investigations lined up. Yep, you're right. More than 6 though. Johnny is on tap. Johnny is on tap. I don't know what that means. If you feel up to it, take a little, talk a little, a lot. What? Talk a little. I guess that's supposed to be about what I spoke to you about with my dad when he passed and what the nurse asked about opening the curtains. Talk about that. Okay. Yeah, I sure will, Katie. Absolutely. Why do you have 4 minutes? Your notifications are loud. Oh, notifications are loud. I can turn all that down. You need me a second. Zoop, zoop. Oh, you won't hear it. I'm sorry. I did not know that those were that loud. Get out of the sun, friends. Take me, Johnny. He's talking to you, John. Y'all don't know who I was talking to when I said, y'all gonna find out, though. I have extra sage, y'all. Margot, you can keep all that sage. You might need it. Lord, I want to go to heaven, but I don't want to go. John's always got to sing a song about something you say. Lord, I want to go to heaven, but I don't want to go tonight. Kind of want to hang out with you too. I do too, Beth. Katie, I'm coming your way with my sage. Yeah, take that sage to Katie. She might need it to ward me off. You never know. She may need that. Hold on, y'all. Hope this doesn't cut me off again. All right. Rock me up to the jukebox if I die. All right. What Katie was talking about, if y'all didn't hear me read it, hold on. If y'all didn't see it, scroll back up there and you'll see where she was talking. She said, see it now, but basically what she was saying is what happened was what had happened was when her father passed away at the nursing home, a nurse came in, and I'm paraphrasing, but a nurse came into the room where the family was at, and she asked if she could open the windows and the drapes in the windows so that his spirit could escape. Um, Her mom was kind of like in shock, because it had just happened and everything, and so she wasn't really. She was just saying, "Yeah, okay, go ahead." And then later on, she asked Katie about it, and Katie was like, "What the hell? What is that?" And then she later on, Katie contacted me and asked me about it. And, why would she do that? And has anyone else heard of that, where they would open the windows, open the window to the wall? Then I might go down the hall. Does anybody else remember windows opening? Am I back? Can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all feel me? Tell me if you can see me. Can you relate to my presence? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? You feeling what I'm animating? Nobody can tell me if I'm here. We see you, hear you. Thank you. I've never heard of the window thing. A lot of people haven't. I've heard of that before. Who's that? John said he's heard of it before. Yeah, it's actually not uncommon. Um, the earliest that I can think of is, well, in biblical times, a lot of the houses, a lot of the structures would have holes in the roof. Um, a lot of Indians, Native Americans. I'm sorry, we're not supposed to say Indians anymore. We're supposed to say Native Americans. But a lot of Native Americans would have holes in their huts or teepees, or they would, if they didn't, they would cut them in there, and so that the soul could escape. And then in the modern times, just a few hundred years ago, they would do the same thing. They would open up a window. Has anyone ever heard of setting up with the dead? So, and Bueller, Joey, um, Joey, you ever spent time in a circus prison? Where's that from? Anybody? But setting up the dead is they would do, used to be wakes and visitations, stuff like that was done at the person's home. Usually at the patriarch of the family's home was. Ooh, I think that Ativan's starting to kick in. We may have to cut it short, guys. But a lot of times they would. Oh man, I'm gonna go to sleep before my food gets here. No, I won't. I'll try to stay awake. But the uh, especially in the South was real big on it. They would open up windows and even doors and curtains and the shacks, shareholders and share, and shacks and share shacks and stuff like that. They would have portals, roof portals that they would open up and everything. And it's just an old lifestyle. That's all it is. There's no merit to it or anything like that. I promise you. It's like I told Katie. Her dad was like a man's man, like big time. We talked about him before, about how tough and how a man's man he was, and he was too, man. He was 100% guy. And it pretty much ate away at him slowly that he was confined to that place. He hated being there. He didn't like anything about it. He had one good friend there that had passed before he did, and so after he passed, he just went downhill after that because he had nothing there. His family was all he had, and that was a lot too because his family really loved him. I mean, his kids are like gaga over there to die. big time, especially Katie. But he was just ready to get out of there. So I told Katie, I said, I promise you, girl, the moment he breathed his last breath, he was gone. He sprinted out of that place. I don't care if there was a window open, a door open, concrete vault, lead lined walls. I don't care what was there. That man got the hell up out of there. I promise you. So, I mean, it's just an old wives' tale, but it was interesting because it brings back a lot of the, especially the old South traditions and Creole traditions and stuff like that, where they thought that the dead could be trapped or encapsulated where they die. Um, they also mentioned about how spirits would hang over bodies. Now, that's not uncommon. That actually does happen. It's been recorded countless times where a spirit is hung over a body. Where and that usually happens sudden or traumatic or unexpected deaths. Usually, it doesn't happen in cases of Mr. Bernie, Katie's father. I'm sure he didn't hang around to see no body. He was done with that body. He'd gotten all he wanted to out of that thing, and he was done. A lot of that stuff is like old wives' tales and some of the stuff that we try to distill as a team, and as a group. We try to get rid of that stuff. We try to tell people about the real paranormal, and that's why we're here. But it was interesting, and it brought back some memories. Let's see, the cat couch up here. Let's see. I am a paramedic. I am so sorry, Mikey. Been on scene when many have passed. It's very common to open curtains. Yeah, it is common. It's not necessary, but it is common. Appreciate your service, Mikey. I did that for 15 years, buddy. Old wives' tales, yeah. The last place my dad would stay would be is that damn nursing home. He was gone the second he took his last breath. I guarantee you he was. Hey, Kayla. I've worked at many nursing homes, and we've never done that. Yeah, it is. It's a Southern thing. It's also a naturalist thing, and some Wiccan even believe that you have to provide a portal for the dead to move through. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not done everywhere. We have to have a karaoke party for John when he goes. That's right. That's right, Katie. Go back and slap her around a couple of times. You know why some of them are like that? It's the same reasons why some cops, some paramedics, some firefighters, nurses, some of them are heartless, is because, let me give you an example. We used to, my partner and I, whenever back when I was on, my partner and I, we did a lot of training. He was an instructor. He trained other EMTs, and so we would have EMTs ride with us on the ambulance, and to go about, to get there because you have to get so many hours on the ambulance during training, and they would ride with us on the ambulance and go to these different scenes and stuff. And we'd see some pretty horrific things. I've seen people get halfway through class, EMT or medic class, and then go on that first weekend ride along with an ambulance and get on the bus. And after 1 hour or their first call, they throw everything in the trash and go home. I've seen it happen. So I always said that to be an EMT, you EMT firefighter or a police officer, you should have to ride with you and make that decision. But that's not what I was talking about. What I was talking about is you have to harden your heart to a degree. You have to. The reason I was talking about the students is we'd go back to the base after a call, like something, it'd be like a automobile wreck or something like that, where a child got killed, or a shooting, or even abuse or something. And you'd go back to the base, and we would just joke around about it. Like if someone was decapitated in a wreck, we'd say, man, they really lost their head over that, didn't they? Some stupid stuff like that. And we would joke around about it. The reason why we would joke around about it is to keep our sanity. EMTs, paramedics, firefighters, policemen, nurses, doctors, they're no different from anybody else. They're the same as you and I, but they just have to see stuff that nobody should have to see. And so they have to deal with that in a certain way. Now, here's the kicker. You have some people that can harden that section of their heart, but keep it to where it still bothers them. I've been asked many times over the years by students and by other EMTs that says, what do you do when you get to the point when, how do you know when you're at that point where it just doesn't bother you anymore? I said, dude, if you get to the point to where this doesn't bother you anymore, you need to quit, because you burn out and you're no good to anybody at that point. Some people don't do that. They do to that point where they just don't care. They've hardened their heart so much to where they just don't care. And that causes problems. It really does. Thankfully, I never got to the part where I didn't care. I got a lot of times that I joked around about stuff just to be able to deal with it, but I never got to a point where I just didn't care, which is probably one of the reasons why I'm not on the truck right now. Why is that going off? I guess because I'm talking, I guess. Let me get to your comments. Do spirits interfere with lights, flickering, turning off, and electronic turn? Yes, of course, Margot. They'll definitely mess with your electronics. They'll drain your batteries and mess with it too. I have been an instructor long to shut down during codes that it haunts me. My ghosts aren't necessarily dead, just bad calls can haunt too. Absolutely, they sure can, Mike. What is it? Mikey, yeah, they definitely can. I've had a lot of bad calls that they wasn't dead, but it still haunts me to this day. And I haven't been on the truck in 20 years. Which is why I could never be an administrator, nursing home, or work for an insurance company. I'd be fired the first day for approving everything that come across my desk, right? I'd be the same way. All right, guys. I am starting to get like super sleepy. I wanted to come on tonight. I wanted to do at least an hour. I don't think I'm going to make it that far. I'm like 9 minutes and 45 seconds away from an hour. I'm going to go in and probably take a shower really quick, and then see if that'll wake me up. And if it does, I can eat whenever that gets here. And then try to get some rest. And hopefully tomorrow I will be going home. I'm not going to be, my work has already told me that I can take the week off. So I'm going to take a week off live for you guys. So there probably will be some lives. Don't put that in stone, and I'm not promising. So you guys keep your ears out for that, if you would. I love you guys so much. This happening and me finding out about the diabetes and everything happening the way it did these last few days has told me that I need to be grateful. And I am very grateful, and I'm very appreciative. John and Beth and Corey and Michelle, I appreciate you guys so much. You just don't know. You guys are a big part of the reason why my heart is beating right now and why my lungs are filling with air and deflating. I, I live for you guys. All my kids, I love so much. I live for them too. And CAPI team, and not just the CAPI team either, but the family. Y'all know we don't like saying fans because we don't feel we deserve fans. We like saying family. And that's what you guys are. If there's anybody on here, I did see a couple of new faces tonight, but if there's anybody on here that has not subscribed, please do so. Hit that subscribe button. Ring the notification bell so you'll know when we're on. We're on normally every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, but this week we may be on more, so definitely hit that notification bell. And send us a like, too. There's 10 people on, but only 3 likes. So hit that like button for me, guys, before you go out. I love you guys so much. And thank you guys for always being there. Thank you guys for who you are. And we've got people on here that don't agree with everything that I and CAPI stand for and say, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. All right. It's been said in the last few days that I've shunned a couple of people because they didn't believe in what I believe in. If anybody that believe on here right now that you're watching this, if anybody believes that I ask people to leave this show because of difference in beliefs, then you are not a CAPI family member because you don't know me at all. I promise you, because I would never, ever be that person. I would never do that. I don't care if you don't believe in everything I believe. That's why we do this show, is to debate that. And I'm always up for a debate. Y'all know that. I'm very good at debating, especially on something I'm passionate and something I believe in. So bring it. That's what I say. I don't say go away if you don't believe in what I believe in. I say bring it and let's debate it, and I'll prove you wrong. All right. I love you guys so much. I would never, ever ask any of you guys to leave. The only time I've done that in the past is whenever it was someone hurting someone I cared about. All right. Here recently, I asked someone to leave, told them that was fine if they didn't be on my show anymore. That was fine. I could deal without having them on there. I did that because of the way they treated someone that I care about. All right. Not just that because people make mistakes, but then when they justified it because of the reasons why they justified it, then yeah, I said no, you got to go. And then of course people went around, oh, CAPI blocked me. CAPI didn't block a damn soul. John blocked you. So know that. And in all fairness, if that person's on right now, and or any of the people that I've asked to leave the team or the show, if you're on right now and you don't think you were treated fairly, please, let's meet up face to face, and I will gladly talk to you about it. Absolutely. And that's not a physical threat. That's meet me face to face. That sounds like a physical threat. No, I'm saying face to face. That way you know there's no lies. That's the only reason. I wasn't talking about I want to fight. I don't fight nobody. I'm too old to fight. I'm just saying meet up and let's talk about it. All right? Let's talk about it. So, but anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank y'all so much for everything that you do. Y'all, grab somebody you love tonight. Grab them. Put your arms around them. Hold them really close. Really tight. And do 2 things for me. Tell them I'm sorry and I love you. All right? Y'all do that for me. Grab somebody as soon as you can tonight and tell them I love you and I'm sorry. If they ask you why you said I'm sorry, say because I don't do this often enough. All right? I love you guys. Y'all have a paranormal week. Look, I have an ET finger. Ouch. Ouch. Elliot. I'm sorry. I love you guys so much. Y'all have a great paranormal week, and we will see you probably this week. But if not, we'll definitely see you Sunday, but probably this week. Love you all. Good night.